Okay, I've started the recording, so I'll be sharing my screen now. Well done, Zainab. Well done, Kamaruddin. Are you guys with me? Shall we move on? Okay, so I hope we can see my data. We can see my Excel screen. Okay, so let's just move on with that. Okay, let's do something. Okay. Thanks, Zainab, for putting the person on the group too. I do really appreciate. So today we'll be working on text functions in Excel. Text function in Excel. So we do have different text functions in Excel. So we have some functions that help change different stuffs and clean data. So this is the process of actually what? Of actually cleaning of data. This is the process of cleaning of data. So these guys are disturbing me. Let me just. So we can clean our data in different formats. We can clean our data in different formats. I want to stretch this a bit. Yep. So we have names here. We have first name, second name, full name. So I would add some more new. I will insert new columns here. I will insert new columns here. Now to get full name, let's say we get first name and second name. To get the full name now, you can use a function called equals concatenate the first text and what? The second text. You can see Adelola, but this one is not giving us the main the thing that we want. So we can add a string in between. A string that has what? That has a space in between. You can see both of them are joined together. But now I want to add a space in between them. That's why we now put Ade space Lola. Does that make sense? Are we getting me? Does that make sense? So we are using concatenation to just get the full name. We can do the reverse too. We can use trim to do the reverse, whereby we can trim Ade out and we can trim Lola out. I hope we get that, and I'm not too fast. So after doing that, you can just click for every one of them, and then it does it for all the name. Now, these names are not really written correctly. You can see Ade with small letter, Lola starting with capital letter. We don't want that. We want either every one of them to be capital or small, or perhaps capcase. But then let's use upper. You can say equals uppercase, the text, Ade Lola, enter. You can see now everything is what? Everything is uppercase. And you can click it down. If you want everything to be in lowercase, you can insert the nameplate and say equals lower and the text Ade Lola. Now we have everything to be in lowercase, and you can drop down. Do you understand how you can drop down? That's how some cleaning are being done. Now we have some other things here, which is left, right, mid. Left, right, mid. Concatenate joins. Okay. Okay, so concatenate joins two or more text strings together. Left, right, mid is used to extract characters from a text string. How do I explain this? Extract characters from a text string. So you can see, let me add a new. Let's say we want to have a prefix for everyone now. We want to have a prefix for everyone. We want to have a prefix for everyone. Let's say AD will be AL, BC will be BT, CL, DF. You understand? Let's try to insert a new column. Oh, I think I'll need 3 columns for that. Insert 2. What I'll be doing here is equals left. I think will be left. And I'll just say AD, comma 1. So you're just taking this, taking only A. Only A. So I want to write a complex code now. I hope it works. So we have left. I want to say left. I want to use concat now. Concatenate left, comma, space, comma, left, number of text, and I'll just say, I should use right, by the way. Okay, or better still, I should use this guy. Instead of using H2, I would say left, this, comma 1. And instead of this one being H2, I'll make it to be B2, comma 1, and then I'll close it up. It contains error equals concatenate text 1, comma text 2. I think I missed. Okay. Concatenate equals, this is the first text, this is the second text, this is the third text. Which is not giving me. There's a problem with the formula, not trying to use equals to. Okay, I think I will have to do it one by one. Let me do it one by one. Let me do it one by one so that I don't just stress myself unnecessarily. Let's say B2 left equals left C2, comma 1. Now equals concatenate this, comma this. Okay, I want to use equals upper on these two. So upper and then I'll use it for everything. Referencing. Okay, I'm not done for the remaining. Okay, I see now. This for the remaining too. So you can see AB, AL, BT. So we can have BT. How do you write name? I think in name or something. BT, Raimi, something stuff, and then some other thing. I hope you understand what we are trying to do here. I hope you understand what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to work with text functions that we can use to clean data. Someone is having issues on the group. I think this person is on a tab, not on a phone. This looks like a tab. It's Samsung tab. Okay. I don't know if anyone can help assist with the person. So please, do we get it? Zainab Kamaruddin, do we get it? Is it clear enough? Before I move on. So moving on, we want to do Length. So yeah, length can do what? Can give us the number of length will give us will return the number of characters in a text string. How do I see that? So we are trying to check the number of characters in this guy now. I'll not be using I'll just be using this as a sample now. I'll just be writing them and referencing them. So you say len B2 now. Let me say len B3. You can see tell me that's 4 characters. But drag it down, showing different one. B4, B5, B6, change the characters. That's just the length. Number of characters that are inside that thing. Trim. Let me show us an example of what trim looks like. So we're writing Ade space Lola Adelola Ifeoluwa. Now this has extra space that we don't need. There are some multiple space, there are some space that we don't need there. We can say equals trim would give us equals trim plus this will give us what? You can see those extra spaces has been removed. That's what trim does for us. It helps remove extra space from the string. So now we have proper, upper, lower. So proper changes to a case like a sentence case, lower uppercase, lowercase, uppercase directly. So I think I've done an example for uppercase. Let me change this now to what? To proper case. Proper. It was proper. I will now say this text. You can see Ade will be the first letter in every word will be capital letter. So now I can just run this all through now. And we have Adelola, BC Tinu, Carol Lawrence, Dayo Favor, Esther Oye. I think we get that. I hope we get that. So it's quite as simple as that. It's quite as simple as that. It's quite as simple as that. No. So I think that's all about text function. For more things, you can go to the text here, work on more and more stuff, search, substitute, write, replace, proper, fixed, concat, and some other things. Now let's go to the date function. Okay, before moving to the date function, I think there are some before moving to the date function, there are some things I want us to look up here. There are some conditional formatting here that I want us to check. So I think I've taught us how to do conditional formatting to get this grade. Let me come to let me clean the conditional formatting. Clear rules for the selected cell. Clear the rules here. Let me clear the rules here also. Formatting, clear rules for the selected cell. Okay, let me clear these rules too. Let me clear these rules. So I've cleared the rule too. First, let's work with the grade. I think we've done if else to get if it is pass and fail. To do that, we've gotten it. So now I want to use conditional formatting. Want to use conditional formatting. Want to use conditional formatting to like say, okay, if it is pass. So formatting is just making it formatting something to a specific aspect. So we can say want to make fail red and pass, want to make it right. So you click on the cell, on the column, just click on the column from out like this, click on it. You say conditional formatting. Now you don't need to see my conditional formatting. Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking anything. Let me stop. No, cancel. Let me stop sharing and let me share my whole screen. Not sharing, let me share my whole screen. Share screen. So now let's say you click on this, you say conditional formatting, new rule, give it a new rule. Now there are a lot of things here. You can try to try it out everything, but then format cells that contains a value. Which value does it contain? Specific text. If it contains what? Fill. Format. Which format will you give it? Fill. And give it what? Red. Okay. You can see everything has red now. Come again, add another row to it. Add another row to it. Say conditional formatting, new rule, cells that contain, not cell value, say specific text, the one that contains what? Format. Give it green. Okay. Click on OK. So you can see now this has formatted it as what? As red and greens. Do you understand? Do you understand? So that's how that's been done. So we can also say total score. We can try to look for total score. We can do conditional. We want to have data bars. So now let's click on it. We say conditional formatting, data bars, gradient color. Just pick a color that you feel like. Solid fill, gradient fill. I think using this is more okay. You can see data bars. It's showing how from men looking at this, you cannot say, okay, this guy did well, this guy did not do that. You can see this guy did low, did low, did low. So you can see people that do averagely, people that did well, and people that performed low. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do you understand? Do you understand, please? Yes, do you understand? That's Zainab. You're trying to catch up. Please, if you have any questions, please let me know. Please let me know. Zainab, please, I think you tried to unmute. I didn't get what you're trying to say. But does it make
Can you hear
sense?
me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. I'm using my system, but when I'm trying to speak with my system, it's not audible, except then I have to like switch back to my phone again to talk. That's why I'm having that issue.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, can you please come again with that conditional formatting you just did?
Both, I this one.
This one.
Okay, let me now. First thing, let me clear the room. Let me clear. You can clear. You can clear the room now. Now,
No,
what are you?
is both with the one you did for this coloring.
Okay. I'll clear.
Yeah.
Let me clear the room and do it again. So clear the room.
But
Just
just
to
in
show
case
different.
I do not respond to you, I've switched back to my system. So, but I'm following.
Okay, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So conditional formatting just deals with formatting different cells the way you want it to look like. Now, this cells has what? Who is asking for money? This cells has failed. This it has passed. It's showing people that have failed and people that have passed. Now I want to format them to easily see. Okay, people that have failed though, we want to see them as red so that we can easily see them and we don't have to disturb our eyes. And people that have passed, we want to see them as green so that we can easily know, okay, this guy passed. Now I want to use conditional formatting. Okay, conditional formatting. When you click conditional formatting, you can see you have highlight cells, top, data bars, color, scale, icon sets. If you're not using all this, you can take your time to explore all of this, but then new rule. You can say new rule. Now, new rules, they also have quite a number of things in between of them. But I want to use, when I want to use this, format only cells that contain, so I want format only that contain fail as red, pass as green. So it has cell value, we're not using for cell value, we're looking for the specific text, because we have text here containing, I'll say fail, and then I'll format it. I want the field to be what? To be red. I'll click on OK. OK here. You can see all of them are what? All of them are now red. So we can come again, do the same process and the same step for this. Format only cells that contain, we change it from value to what? To text. I will do the one for value. I will do the one for value later. So here you do pass here. Pass. Format. Put green. Okay. Okay. So now we have pass. Do you understand? We have pass. I think that makes sense. You can just type. You can just type to let us know. Zainab, if that works. If you understand it now. So that's how that has been done.
Yes,
Now
yes,
let's
I understand. Thank you.
okay. Now let's do it for total score. We want to do conditional formatting, new rule, format that contain format only cells that contain cell value between what? Between 0 to 50. We want to format them as what? Let's say 50 does not fit now. Let's say 45. Format as what? Red. Red. Okay. Okay. Nobody is at okay, nobody's even up to okay, total score, mass total score. What's something like this? What do you have here? Oh my god. He's doing this is doing no this should be N2 plus N2 and O2. N2 and O2, not Now I'll do drop down for everything now. So you can see now it has changed those that fail to what? To red, leaving those that did not fail. Do you understand? Now let's come again. Conditional formatting, new rule, cells that contain value between 51 to what? 100. Format their cells, give it green, say okay and okay. You can see now. So you see people that fail and pass. This is using text, using what numbers. Now let's say we have their total score, and then we don't want to disturb ourselves to do that. We can use data bars here. Come you see data bars, it understands numbers automatically on its own. I can give it a color. So you're saying you can easily see people that pass here. You can see them people that pass. You can easily see their bar will be more and more filled than people that performed less. Do you understand? I hope you understand. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all for our text function and conditional formatting. You could do a lot more with this and then explore more. So now let's come to our date functions. Date functions. In minutes, I want to take attendance. I can see 3 people with math from the Mundi and Zainab. And okay, yeah. So now we're working on date functions. Function that has to do with dates. So we have dates, return a serial number of a particular date. That's what the function date does. We have the function time, return the serial number of a particular time. Now returns the current date and time. Today returns the current date. Month/day/year extracts the month, the day, or the year from a date. Hour/minutes/seconds. Hour/minutes/seconds is used to do what? To extract hour, minutes, or seconds. And you see, we do have a what do we call it here? We have a stuff here. We have a data sample here, but it is vacant right now. So we'll try to do what? We'll try to populate it and make it date and more easy to use. You can see it now. So now we have day, month, year, date. You say equals date. It does not have anything to reference. So date, it wants to reference something. Year, month, day. But we don't have our year, we don't have our month, we don't have our date. So now, what we try to do is populate some days here, populate some months, populate some year. Now, I want to populate this now. I want to generate random data to populate our days. So there is a function that we call equals rand. So now equals rand generates any number between 0 and 1. So let's test it out. You can see it generates any number between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. It generates anything between 0 and 1. But we have rand between equals rand between. Rand between now you can tell it, okay, where it should start from and where it should end. So I'll say 1,30. Since we have 1 to 30 days, we say enter. You can see this will give me 20, and I'll now click it down. So it will give me different random. It's taking it randomly. It's doing when I run this again. When I do it again, you can see randomly. It's just working randomly on its own. So I'll do the same. So that's how I get my days. I'll get my month too. I'll say equals rand between, and month. We have from 1 to what? To 12. So I'll just populate that. Now year, I want everything to be what? Equals rand. I just say maybe between 2024, 2026. I'll say rand between 2024, 2026. 2024 from 2026. And everything that will bring for us will be between what? 2024 and 2026. Now we could convert all this to what? To date. I'll say equals date. Now it wants my year, this is my year, comma, my month, this is my month, comma, my day, this is my day. Now say enter, I can see, and it's giving me the date here. 10th, on the 3rd of 10th, 2024. Now I can drop this down, and I can try to even convert it to another type of data side. You can say long dates. You can Tuesday, October 13, 2026, Tuesday, September 9, 2024, 2025, you can see. And these are we convert to dates. Perhaps when a recording is being taken, a tracker is being made, they are collecting day, month, and year. So you can easily convert it together. And we could, the same way we did this, let me insert. So I can easily say equals day here. I want to get the day. I click on this, I'll enter. You can see. Now I have to convert this to what? I have to convert this back to what? Number. Convert this back to number. So tell me it is on the 23rd of that month, which is a Monday. Do you understand? So we can do this drop down for everything. You can see different days that we have. Does that make sense? And I think we should date the weekday. I'm coming. You need to get the weekday, which is equals weekday of serial number. I don't type. This 5. Weekday 5. You can see. Now weekday is telling us this should be Saturday. We have Sunday as 1, Monday has 2. Monday has 2. You can see Monday here is 2. Friday has 6. So like that, we can even get the weekday if you don't want to get the entire day. You understand? And with that, you can extract more to get more functions of what days are used to. Now we have dates. Let me come here. We have equals. I don't know if you can see my screen. So we say we have what? Equals dates would do what? Would give us the exact date of the day. As you notice, equals date. That's not what I'm supposed to use. Equals. Okay, I think. Let me click on this. I'm making mistake on this. So, okay, equals now, yeah. Equals now and equals today. Yeah, that's what I wanted to use. Equals now. When I say equals now, it does what? Now, close it. You can see it's giving me this time, this date and time. 7th, you can see my table here. You have on the 19th of July 2026 around 5:39. So now perhaps you are collecting a data from some certain aspects. We can easily just say equals now at when we need to get the exact time the person is filling the date. So see it as what Google Forms use to collect time when they are trying to fill their form and then they're able to collect time. Now this equals now. Equals today will only give us dates alone. Equals today will only give us what? I have to put now close. Equals today will only give us what? The date alone instead of the date and time. And from this, from the dates that we have now, we can extract the month, we can extract the month, we can extract year, we can extract day from it. Hope that is clear. That's clear. So that's all for our. Okay. Now we can extract minutes. Our let's say equals minutes from this guy now. You can see minute 40. You can extract the minute, you can extract hour. So assignment, try to extract the minute and hour from by yourself using the formula that we said. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Do you understand? Zainab, Kamarudin, Ikma, Ifeoluwa. Like that name, Ifeoluwa. Do you understand this? I'm not getting a response. Okay, a minute, guys. I need to.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I do.
a minute, please. Okay, so I'm back. Let's move on. So now I always say, you can go on to the formula aspect, look more things to do with days, and then you can work more with it. This is yeah. Finance, finance, finance. I'm not much more of a finance person, but we do have this. We do have this error handling. Do you want to do this today? Let's check financials. So we have this data. Who is into finance here? Who is into finance? Who is finance? Anyone finance, accounting, economics, business admin. I think just people, anyone from that background there. No one from that background. Oh my god. This is finance thing. I used to like to have finance people inside. So they can give me insight. So yeah, we are the finance people now together. We are all the finance people and then we do it together. Yeah, let's look at that. So now we have payment period. We have order date, region, representative, the item, the unit cost, the rate, payment period. I think this is over a month. Now each payment, present value, future value, present value, and what the future value. Now from this material, we can see they are both intertwined together. We have future value as this, present value as this. So we can say okay, the generators of future value as some present value. Let me say equals value to be honest. Let's hold on this. Let's hold on this. I think I can't even recall the formula for future value present value. Let me look into the financial. Let me see. Able to get the formula here. I can't recall the formula. And PV, yeah, present value. Present value is PV. I can't, you see, at some point, too, it's not a must you count the formula or you try to memorize it. You can just try to take it out. So, yeah, present value means PV. So we give it the rate, payment period, each payment. Oh, okay, I'm not putting the rate first, comma the payment period, comma the payment period, comma first payment, and then the future value. Now this is the present value. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a business admin. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just trying to explain some financial aspects regarding this course. So please, I'm not more much of a financial person. I hope you get that. So this is what it looks like. And now for this present value. For future value, you can say equals FB. FB means future value. You get the rate, you get your number of payments period, you get your each payment they have to make, and also you get the present value. Enter. Who is calling me? You get that. So now you can say this is the present future value. This is the future value. This is the future value of those goods. So I think we can do more due diligence to actually do what? To find out what future value and present value, what they mean, and how we can use them perfectly. How we can use them perfectly. Do you understand? Okay, I can't even see my chart. Do you understand me? Please let's go into details of that. I want us to finish this so quick before we move on. Now we're having arrows. Error handling. Let's skip error handling for now. We'll come back to error handling. Let's try to look at lookups, work on a project, work on tables. Let's look at lookups and working on tables. How does finish this today? We already 6, we still have like 35 minutes left. Instead of 5, okay. Yeah. So we have lookups. said something on the group. Okay, makes sense. Try to practice. Yeah, nice. Trying to practice. So we are saying lookups now. Lookups. We have two types of lookups. Who can answer? You can give me the two types of lookups that we have. You can give me the two types of lookups that we have. We do have. I'm waiting for an answer. I can't hear anyone talk. You see something I didn't hear you.
VLOOKUP.
Okay, VLOOKUP and what? V
Just
is
VLOOKUP.
vertical. V is vertical. So guess the next one. VLOOKUP and vertical lookup and horizontal lookup.
H
So
lookup.
H lookup.
yes, H lookup. Kí ni kí wọ́n fún yín mọ́ yìí báyìí? Ẹ̀nà gbé kí n má worry o. So yeah, we have VLOOKUP, we have HLOOKUp. To do that, let us reference. Should we reference? Let us try to read. Let us try to read from the. Let us try to read from the web to get more details. Let's try to read from the web to get more details. Shall we? Should we do that? No? But let me just explain first. If you don't. Somebody say something.
Yes, I've already done that.
You've done that. What have you done?
Yeah, I took the word for more information about VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP.
Do you want to take us? Do you want to take us through it?
Okay, let me just read it out. So
Okay,
it
no
says
problem.
that. All right, can I go on?
Yes, please.
All right, so it says vertical lookup. That is VLOOKUP. It searches for a value in the first column of a table and then returns a value from another column in the same row. So for example, looking up a student's ID to return their name. So once again, it says it searches for a value in the first column of a table and returns a value from another column in the same row. So as for horizontal lookup, which is the H lookup, it searches for a value in the first row of a table and returns a value from another row in the same column. Once again, it searches for a value in the first row of a table and returns a value from another row in the same column. For example, looking up a month name in the top row to return the corresponding sales figure. Yes, that is it. However, it also adds to it that while VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP are the classic lookup functions, many Excel users now prefer XLOOKUP, which can perform both vertical and horizontal lookups and offers greater flexibility. Yeah, that's that on my own research.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much for that. Yes, I would show a practical example of VLOOKUP using HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP will be our assignments due. I'll show us VLOOKUP, but HLOOKUP and XLOOKUP will be our assignments. Agreed or not agreed? Agreed. Thank you. So now, what HLOOKUP is trying to say is VLOOKUP looks at a column. Okay, say this column, client ID. It gets the ID. From the ID, it can use this ID to what? To get something else in another column. Okay, this client, I want to get their first payment. So you say this client ID, get this person first payment. It's going to say, okay, client ID is going to go and look for it on his own. Their first payment is going to get it here. Do you understand? So now let's try to see now. Let's try to see. Now I want to see account balance. Is this like this? Let me see my home. So account balance. We want to get the account balance for what? For each of these clients and their name. So to get, we can now do VLOOKUP. We say VLOOKUP 616, the client's name. From where should I look up to? Which table should I look up to? Look up from this table. Look up from this table. What do you want me to look up on this table? I want you to look up at their, what do you call it? Column index, which is column 9. I'll explain that later. Which is column 9. And then get their account balance. So let me delete this and this from scratch. Now let's try to check it manually. So Sparkle J, where's Sparkle J here? Now let me create this. Where's Sparkle J? This is Sparkle J. We want to get Sparkle J's what? Account balance. This Sparkle J, we want to get account balance. This is account balance here. This is account balance here. So now come. This is a table anyway. Okay. Please remind me that I want to show you how to create a table. How to create a table using like how to turn it to a table, cells to a table. So now I want to come in here, we would say equals VLOOKUP, the lookup value, Sparkle J, the table array. Now you select the whole table, this array, you want to select this array, this whole array. This is all the table that I want to use. Comma, the column index, the column that I want to find what we want to get, what we need, that column, we'll not count it. This is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. No, don't do that. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6, column 7, column 8, column 9. Yeah, column 9. Now, false or negative. True means approximate match. False means exact match. We want the exact match. We don't want approximate match. So you can see. It's giving me Sparkle J now. This is the account balance. I can do that for these remaining guys. So now there's something I want to try out, which I'm not sure. I just want to try it out. Instead of writing 9, I should be able to reference this directly. I'm going to reference that and for you to give me the answer. You can see referencing error. So let's say I can say L2 to L10. Let me see if that works. L2 to L10. Referencing error too. So I think 9 is the best option that can work, given it the actual column index, which is 9. So you can see. Now we can do the same for what? We can do the same for these two guys. Now we can see we have 617, we have 18. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Now, somebody asks, why are we trying to look up here and we are not just using it? Perhaps we have clients that are owing. We know their name. We know their name that they are owing. But then we don't know their account balance so that we can know, okay, should we remove it from the account balance or not? We don't know. So we cannot say, okay, let us do what? Let us check up their account balance, and from there we can easily get their names. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So now HLOOKUP. How do I explain HLOOKUP clause? How do I explain HLOOKUP clause? So now for VLOOKUP we are doing what? We are doing columns. For HLOOKUP now we're doing what? We'll be doing rows. We'll be using rows to reference. Row index, you see, row index instead of column index. So let me try to say a sample that we can use now. A sample that we can use. Sample is okay. Using the initial for a scenario using this table for payment 1. For contract date, for this contract date, for a particular contract date, you want to check the name of the person that owns the contract date. So let's say equals HLOOKUP the lookup value, which is supposed to be a date. I'll say the date. I'll just say, let me just write it inside manually, 2020. Now the table array, I'll say this whole table. Now the row index, I want to get the name of the what? The name of the individual. Row 1. Yeah, that should be row 1. Let me put 1 there, comma 1. And direct lookup, exact lookup. Not applicable. This will be row. Not applicable. Okay, this is not applicable. Let me try to reference this name. Let me copy this, Control C, Control V. Let me try to reference this as a cell rather than doing that. Not also applicable. D1, D1, initial contract, table number 7. Okay. Now I get it now. So the initial contract, we are going to get using the name here, the name that starts. Okay, so for VLOOKUP, we'll be using these names. For CLOOKUP, we'll be using these names. So the topmost names are the things that I'm going to be referencing. So instead of this here, I'm supposed to say D, I'm supposed to say, what do you call it? D1, and then which column am I looking for? Let me say the initial contrast for what? For Jiden. For Jiden, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 6. I did the initial contrast for Jiden, and it is 6. I hope you get that. So we have to know the rule that binds them so that we can use them properly. So we look up, we are trying to get what? We are going to get the value based on row, based on columns. Now we're getting account balance for this person vertically. So we're going to be getting something like this vertical. But for each we're going to get something like we are going to try to track it using the row. So we are tracking Jiden using row, we're tracking account balance using the vertical, the column. Does that make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Do you understand? Do you understand? I'm expecting a lot of Okay, looks like everyone understood. Shall we move on? Yes, we shall. Now, okay, I said something. I want to show us how to turn data into tables. So let me create a new sheet here. I would say attendance sheet. Let me call it attendance sheet. Let me call it. I'll make this together. I would say attendance sheet. I said I wanted to make this together. Let me make this together. I'll say made. I've made that. Attendance sheet. Name. Class. What do I need again? Present, yes or no. So you can say ABC, ABCD, EFGH. I don't know. I don't want to think of what to type. IJK. So class, data analytics, data science, AI. I'll turn this to what? I want to say this is what? Yes. Yes. No. Yes. So now turn this to a table. Now just click on this. Just click on this. And do Control T. Yeah, Control T is very, very simple one to do. Control T. So you can see, change to table, create table with this. My table has header, yes, okay. So you can see, now this is a table. Let's get going to see this as what? This as a table that it is. which is a table. So this has to have a table in Excel. Do you understand? This has to have to create a table in Excel. So here we can see we have prepared tables and some other. So we are moving. This is our third class. Yeah, we're moving quite fast. Quite fast. In our next class now we enter data cleaning and doing projects. We are done. We are almost done with the basics of Excel. So now this is a project which we are to do before our next class. I think for this project you must come and submit them to me. So let's say Synctellect online secondary school report. So this is like a report card. This is like a secondary school teacher trying to teach people, and then you are teaching people, and you have to like record their scores and some other things. Forget the coloring. There's just a lot of formatting for colors. That's why you have to see all this like this. It's quite simple and straightforward. And this slanting, do I still remember how to do it? But I think this is it. Yeah. You can vertical, you can slant clockwise. Yeah, that's how to do it. So this is quite easy. First thing, get numbers. You want to know the number of students you have. So you have 20 students. You want to collect their age. So now do something now. I want to quiz this guy. There's a way to quiz. Do I still remember? Freeze. There's a way to freeze. Let me view. Yeah, there's a view. There's a freeze panel. Freeze pane. I'm freezing the first pane. No. Freeze pane. Top row freeze. You want to freeze top row safe. Freeze first column. No. It is freeze. That's freeze this first column now. That's freeze this one. I don't want to freeze the first column. I don't really need the first column. I'm not freezing it. What I want to freeze is I want to freeze this guy. This boat guy. It is freezing Synctellect alone. I don't want to freeze Synctellect alone. I want to freeze boat. It can only freeze the uppermost. You have to have a rule that I should freeze myself, freeze top rule. It's freezing only Synctellect. How I wish I can hide this right now. Hide. When I hide it, can I be able to freeze this? Freeze top rule. Yes, I'm able to get what I want. So the ends justify the means, but it's not like the ends justify the means, but at least you see, I'm able to achieve what I needed. So I added the header, use this one, and then just get my way. So you can see names. You want to get their names. You want to get their age. Their gender. You're getting their gender, and then just try to populate this randomly. Try to populate the age now. Try to populate randomly. This you have to populate with your hand, but then quite easy. This just, you can see, just get random numbers. Use random numbers. You don't have to stress yourself. I think I showed how to use rand and rand between. You can use that. Get their math test score, math exam score, math total score. Now this you do a formula here now. Use sum to get this. Math grade, you would use a formula to get this. I hope you can see this formula as soon as you can. So if the math total score is greater than 70, A. If it is greater than 60, B. If it is greater than 50, C. If it is greater than 45, D. If it is greater than 40, E. If it is less than 40 now, comma, F. If you have less than 40, that's F. You can see this formula is quite long, but then that's the formula that I want us to use so that we can get our scores. You can see this one now, we'll do now F. Now, you can even take it more deep. Do conditional formatting on this one. Do conditional formatting. Give F a different score, give A a different score, A, B, C, D, E, F. Give them different colors so that it can look more easy. Now, you can now repeat that on all these too, on English, on physics, on chemistry. I think there's no biology. Yes, I hate biology. I don't like biology. So that's why I know biology. So we can now like reiterate them on these guys. Now we now get to total score. Now, total score will be what? Total score from maths, total score from English, total score from physics, total score from chemistry. You can see at the end of the day, this guy passed. This guy passed. At the end of the day, even though he failed mathematics. Now, we have percentage. We calculate the percentage for it over 400. Just let me delete one and do it back because you might get confused. It is this equals this over 400. But then it's going to give you okay, we've applied percentage on this whole column. So you can see this is in percentage. If I change it back to number, this is what's going to give me 0.4, 0.4. But now I change it to percentage. Now that percentage now you can see 39 point something something something. You can push it down. I have this. Do you understand? I have something like this. So now status. If greater than 200 pass, else it is less than it, you do what? It is fail. Does that make sense? Now, yes, to the more good aspect, there is now rank. There is now rank. So rank is used to do what? Rank is used to rank them from the beginning to the end. So you can rank every one of them now and say, okay, we want to see who is the number one, who is the number two, who gets who. Now, if I try to sort this now, if I say sort from largest to if I say sort from smallest, this some cells are merged together. So let me just select this old stuff. Let me select this old stuff. Now say sort from smallest to you must work. You must work. I don't even care what you're doing. You must work. So you can see the person that carries post, the person that carries Nothing of your phone data next to your selection. So if you have not selected data, it will not be settled. Sort. I think I can sort this actually. You need to sort this. What's happening? What's happening? Where did I get it from? I think I have to copy these guys. Let me copy these guys. Copy, but instead of pasting it as values, paste it as what? Instead of just paste it as what? Paste it as values only. Paste as values. To do this, all the main cells need to be in the same size. Are you telling me? Sorry guys, that's one of the issues that we do face while trying to do stuff. So for me, it's not new by the way. Okay, we have this now. Now let's try to sort this from smallest to nah. Can't tell me that. Sort this from smallest okay, this has worked now. You can see this is the people that failed most, the people that passed most. No, number one, Olodo in the class, this one failed. No. No, this it didn't do it very well. This didn't do it very well. This just no. This it does not. It did nonsense. Okay, so I'll try this out and give us the response later. So I'm not post waiting. But then you use rank. You can use rank here. Rank will help you give rank to each of them. So when we check it, when we see number one, now rank and data bars will be very, very good here. Rank and data bars, let's say data bars, let's say, So we know position number one, this is this guy. He got 250 something. Number two will be this guy. 266. Number three, all the small, this number four. Where is number three? The order. That's number three. I think I'm by the way. What's happening? Why can't we see number three? I can see number four here. Do you have 24, 260? What is number 4 minus number 3? Okay, we have two number twos. Yeah, number twos, there are two. So you can see number two here, 262, 262. We have two of them. Yeah, that's why it's shifted us to number 4 immediately. Okay, so I get that. You understand? I think we should give this guy number 3 instead of number 4. So yeah, very, very much simple. So you can do more and more on it. So what I want to do now is what? It's a what I want us to do is a online secondary school report system and try as much as possible to implement all what we've been learning so far. Try as much as possible to just implement it and practice it inside of it. Try to implement it and practice it. I hope we understand and I hope you're going to do it. Zainab Kondin Hikma, do you understand what we have been doing so far? And are we playing? We are going to do the assignments and submit in our next class before moving on. So next class now we're moving on to something more sweet. Now we are going to be bringing in data. We're going to try to clean data, analyze them, create visualizations and some more sweet stuff using Excel. Does that make sense? I think last class cleaning, we'll just focus on cleaning, maybe next class pivot table, next class dashboard, and then by that time 2 weeks should be done. I know we will have learned a lot. So Zainab Kamadin Hikma, do you want to say anything?
Yes, I want to say something. Can I go on,
Okay,
please?
go on. Go on.
Thanks very much for this beautiful class. We really appreciate your explanation.
Is that all?
Hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So I said I did not attend I did not attend the last class, and I haven't yet watched the video, although the schedule was very tight, and then I will have to do that maybe before the end of this day or next tomorrow. All right. So going forward to my question is that, so is there a way for you to send us the database you use for the financial functions, the error handling, the low cost, and then the report sheet, or any other one that you've used recently, just for us to
I want
practice?
you to try to
The
by yourself.
database go first.
It's not a database by the way, it's just basically an Excel file. I want you to try to populate it by yourselves. So by doing that, you get more familiar with Excel.
All right.
So
Thank you very much.
formatting all these white, red, blah 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 yourself, so that if I send it to you now, you will just have it and then you just be using it. But if you do it yourself, you would. So as simple as you might think some things are, some stuffs are here, you will find out that okay, I'm trying to do it and this slash now, possibly if I don't show you, you might not be able to get it. Possibly because it's not something very much visible. Do you understand? So try to do it yourself and then you can get it from there and then we can any issue that you have, you can always ask. Do you understand, Mr. Commodity?
Yes, I do. Yes, thank you very much. And also, you mentioned false and true during
I
the
mentioned what?
explanation of. You mentioned something like false and true when you were
Okay,
disclosing lookup. What's
look up,
the
yes.
process?
False is exact, like exact number. True is like the approximate number. So false, we look for the exact thing. But true will do like try to it will true at times can give you the exact number, but then it tries to approximate different numbers. Do you understand? So safest
Yes.
like we use false most times. Always. I've never been this near of using true by the way.
All right. Thanks. That's understood. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sister Hekma, do you have anything to say, please, before we round up the class? Okay. I'm not hearing anything from Sister Hekma.
Also, sorry, there is one more.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so when I was reading that the explanation from the web, so I saw something that text lookup is preferable to VLOOKUP and then the H lookup. Is there any reason for that? Like, why? Why is it
Is
like
it
that?
XLOOKUP?
Yes.
XLOOKUP is just like combination of H and VLOOKUP. So instead of explicitly mentioning H or V, you could easily just use X. I think that's why it's more preferred. But me personally, I
Okay.
work much more with VLOOKUP. Me personally, do you get me? I didn't hear your answer right away. Okay, so I can't hear you, Mr. Komodin. Perhaps you are saying anything I can't hear you right now. So I think this is where we say thank you everyone for joining in. I do really appreciate, and I hope we've learned so much, and then we could use what we've learned. And then to those watching us on YouTube, thank you. Please kindly like, subscribe, and follow for more videos. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day. Oh, network. Bye, bye, bye.